Okay. It's kind of nice to not have you looking forward to lunch, but now I have the challenge of keeping you awake after lunch. Can I get my slides up? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Covanta, what we do, a little bit about the status of what's coming to be the close of our 5th year in our sustainability program, and how it's affected our business and our client communities and our commercial and industrial clients as well. So who is Covanta? What we are is an energy company, a waste management company, and ultimately our largest play in the energy arena, in the renewable energy arena, is converting municipal solid waste, commercial waste, to electricity. We do some biomass and some hydropower as well, but that's our largest play. We're located throughout the U.S., in Europe, and in Asia as well. Really what we are doing, and Pennsylvania as a state is fairly familiar with it, is taking your post-recycled waste and using it as a fuel in a small power plant. And this is a diagram of the power plant. Probably the thing I'll say about it that's most relevant is on the right half of the screen is the air pollution control system that's in place for the facility. The left half of the screen is the waste receiving and power plant side of things. It's almost an equal investment in terms of the air pollution control side as well as the energy producing side. That's an important statement because as I walk you through our journey, understanding the importance of being able to say you are a clean, renewable source of power is integral to the business success and the company's being able to be a good community citizen where we operate. So, in the process of making clean, renewable energy from your municipal solid waste, we're helping communities do their waste system more sustainably. I'll talk a little bit more about that. We are producing renewable energy. We also have, and this is something that's very well understood in Europe and in Asia, but not as well understood in the United States, it has a fairly dramatic benefit on the climate side, on the generation of greenhouse gases. I'll talk a little bit more about that as well. And over the past few years, it's been of great interest in communities as to, well, what is your job impact in the construction of your facilities, in the operation of those facilities? Let me go on. Let me talk a little bit about sustainable waste management. In the European Union and the U.S., we have what we call a waste hierarchy. You've all heard about reduce, reuse, recycle, the 3 R's. Well, there's a 4th R. It's recovery. It's energy recovery. That's largely what we do at Covanta, although as our clients have become more educated to the environmental benefits and how better managing their waste streams can help them achieve their own sustainability goals, what we do for our clients is expanded and changed. So usually this is presented as a pyramid. We've turned it the other way around, and a number of people are today, because the emphasis is on the reduction of waste, the reuse, then recycling, then energy recovery. And your last option is to go to the landfill. Now, 5 years ago, our management decided that the company needed to be reorganized around a sustainability program. And for that purpose, they created a program called the Clean World Initiative. It was focused on improving the performance of the company environmentally, economically. It was about technology development, how to do what we do better, and how to use actually turn waste into a resource in more ways than the one we do today in making electricity. It was about building external relationships in our communities, and it was about trying to make our local communities, the local governments, state governments, and federal governments understand the benefits of what we do. It culminated a year and a half ago with the production of our first sustainability report. The cover there is on the right-hand side of that screen. Our progression really was from a company that had a good, very good, we thought, health and safety program, environmental program, community outreach program, and some communications effort, both internally and externally, to the founding of this Clean World Initiative with really now creating of a group that was focused on community outreach and a group that was focused on both internal and external communication, a research and development group, and a sustainability group. And that sustainability group was trying to document and make more transparent the benefits of that fourth R in the waste hierarchy. Catherine Blue, who you'll hear from later, was integral in doing that kind of work. And that kind of work really is the foundation for our understanding our impact environmentally. Let me just give you sort of an upshot of looking into the energy and environmental benefits of more sustainable solid waste management. Bottom line, the European Union, in the U.S., we landfill close to 70% of our waste. In the European Union, the better countries recycle about that much. Germany, by way of example, landfills 1% of its waste. The difference between that 71% that's recycled and landfilled is run through energy recovery. In the U.S., we only do about 7% of our waste in energy recovery. Globally, if we were more like the European Union, globally we landfill about maybe 1 billion tons of waste a year, municipal solid waste. If we were more European, the greenhouse gas savings of that in the longer run is on the order of 1 billion tons of greenhouse gas avoided each year. Higher recycling, higher energy recovery, 1 billion tons a year. How could you accomplish 1 billion tons in another fashion? Well, for example, you could double the nuclear power plant capacity in the world. So more sustainable solid waste management is on the same footing as doubling nuclear power plant capacity in the world when it comes to greenhouse gas benefits. It's kind of foundational information that we have started to pull together under this program. And today, inside the company, we have a number of projects that are sort of driven by our journey in sustainability, aimed at making us a better citizen of our community, a better for our clients and our customers, and having a better understanding throughout the decision-making process in government as to the benefits of more sustainable solid waste management. Started with our management's commitment, went to a new organization within the company, and then the implementation of what we call our Clean World Initiative. We have in our Clean World Initiative a number of things we've focused on. I'm going to skip over some of these and go to this one. The diagram on the right is what we call a materiality matrix. We used an outside group of stakeholders, an international group really, to help us in the development of our first sustainability report to plot out a number of issues that would both be of importance to our stakeholders and to the company. And that diagram really represents on the vertical axis the importance to stakeholders, horizontal importance to the company, issues that are of high concern to both stakeholders and the company in the upper right-hand section. And that's how we began to identify those things that we wanted to focus on. It ranges from the compatibility of energy recovery with recycling on through to environmental justice and community outreach. But that became the framework for our focus, both our sustainability reporting and our sustainability programs. That first report was done as I said, about a year and a half ago. We were very pleased with the outcome of that. It was chosen by the NGO series for their competition, as a finalist for their competition on their sustainability reporting. And while we didn't win, we were awful pleased just to be among the finalists in our first report. What it did for us really was help us articulate our story, to tell our story in a way that people could understand. And a result of that was that the Maplecroft Climate Innovation Indices that was just recently reported on, evaluating 360 of the largest U.S. companies, found that our company, Covanta, was the number one in terms of our efforts at mitigating climate in innovative ways. So we were number one among the alternative energy sources and number 11 overall. So our sustainability reporting really did serve the purpose of communicating to outside third parties in ways that are directly relevant to our shareholders. In the process of developing this sustainability report, we really had a very, we think, sound set of policies as it related to both environmental performance and safety performance to begin with. But based on that materiality matrix, we began to develop both a sustainability policy that was directly relevant to our reporting and our Clean World Initiative program, but also a community outreach and environmental justice policy. That was something of a journey for us because, number one, we operate in a community, Chester, Pennsylvania, that's thought of really as the birthplace of the environmental justice movement. And in fact, prior to our owning the facility that we operate there, one might even say that facility was the birthplace of the environmental justice movement because the community felt so left out of the decision-making process on the siting and operation of that facility. So we, in fact, under our Clean World Initiative, engaged folks within that community to help us develop this policy and some of our other communities as well. So really the impact of this effort, this 5-year effort in sustainability, has not just been to change our environmental performance, which we already thought was world-class, and I'll go through some things in terms of emissions and greenhouse gas benefits, but it served the purpose of engaging our employees in the process, engaging our communities in the process, and engaging our clients in a way that's now come right back around to change what we as a company do for our clients and communities. Let me walk you through that. As part of our reporting, we've been looking at our compliance. Now, our Clean World Initiative took us from a paradigm of compliance with environmental laws to performance and an effort at continuous improvement, not just compliance. Some of the reporting that we did for our sustainability report was what % of the time were we in full compliance with our environmental regulations, permits, et cetera.